looking for their second win of this. Going 4 of them up with the turnover, and it's Clark. She had a double-double, 16 and a.
But that is coming. You can see it happening.
There, and it's Diggins Smith getting inside. Look in the direction of Smith again, and Magbagor backing in on Boston. Turns. Smith is wide open. Diggins Smith finds some space. Struggled in this game 8 days ago, but she's taken 11 games a year ago. And Jewel Lloyd changed Brianna Stewart to New York. Super Wallace with a shot clock down to 4 off for MVP. She's off to a hot start.
Slot. It's a wide open shot. Indiana.
Here in the opening 3 minutes as Boston goes.
Of about 90 seconds, they hit 3 in a row.
Agumake going right at Boston. And Smith trying to push the pace, gets inside.
The block. Everything is an empty block.
Inside to Smith who pump fakes. Right up with it. Diggins Smith.
She's been in the league, and it's been proven by her.
To go, our sideline reports this year. As Agumake pulls up.
Leading the league in field goal percentage.
In 2016, Beavers struggling.
Indiana, and then when they're moving, it's being smart about the switches.
Like when you're struggling offensively, that ball is by Vivians again. And can't Boston. Can Mitchell track it down? The hesitation, Clark gets Fever with the last 5. Apples. You can't walk downtown these days without her in and embraced her.
Oh, the Crustable peanut butter and jelly.
Gordon Horson, check.
Orange cones that make them run wide. And you make them run hard.
It's inside, draws a triple team, holds one, looks. Lloyd just pushes. Clark puts Australia. She's off to another strong start. Bounce pass, it's Smith again. Quarter as Lloyd weaves on Wednesday. Mitchell has not finished around the rim how they'd like this.
Average 18 points. The first 2 games, I think Kelsey Mitchell can get her shot.
Pass, Mitchell will launch.
And she is doing a...
Okay, muscling her way inside and finding tonight. There's the double again. We're led by as many as 9 in the first quarter. Samuelson being hounded. Indiana's 20 points. Rough look, Cole got to it, but not in time. Tonight, hold their opponents to Clark over Horston. Diggins Smith on the
top of the floor trying to get Caitlin off the ball.
Fieldhouse logo. Here's Clark on the right. She's pulled Indiana back with a
change the look on NECA because
we would love to get Aaliyah ball. Diggins Smith who puts on the brakes. Hey, Eddie Lou Samuelson wide open, but
well, 70% of the shots
Whitcomb bounces Russell.
They all important, but you got to knock down.
You'd have to imagine there's a disparity. Mr. Pass Samuelson wide open. All of these looks have been wide open. Threes that have come with.
I mean, she'll be launching
that periodically throughout the year. Agumake.
It's off a pin down here, wide open.
Here into this building.
It was a double technical. Now as they try to invert her to the block.
Defenses tighten their grasp a little. At time it's Mitchell on the attack, gets inside. Diggins Smith is open. Mitchell launches. That's it.
Alyssa Smith have been effective.
The drive on the spin, floats it up. They defensively, Agumake, another 3. Lloyd runs into her somehow. The one, and Indiana doesn't see it.
Got a reprimand for it too.
Berger able to rescue. Vivian managed and said it's cross court to Smith. That's a nice way to cross that line. Clark gets by the run, back at her former teammate Mitchell. Clark gets by Mueller.
It's a really good read. Good.
That's a
team starter with a really good skill.
Or kick out Vivians who's open. Final possession here of the half. Mitchell on the shot fake, got Magbagor into the air.
And we're getting much better at it.
Jewel Lloyd on an outlet pass off balance.
Right here.
Smith was ready.
Christy Wallace back on the...
Tries to work her way out of it, feeds it to Mag. Her case with Amy Bonner to no avail.
Austin with 2.
Wallace, corner 3.
This guard-to-guard screens that...
Magbagor swing it straight away. And the Fever who a 7-0 run. Here's Boston, gets game over from there, but Indiana somehow...
Offensively.
Clark on Magbagor. There's Agumake into WNBA season. It's Smith right to Magbagor.
ID when the ball's not going through because
Boston deep position.
Be open in that mismatch.
Diggins Smith off balance. Tough possessions they had stacked up. Jewel Lloyd and Nneka Agumake. She's Clark right up the middle. Fever will go smaller here. And Alyssa Smith. Clark off the inbound. On outlet pass. Oh, Lloyd feeds it inside. Extra pad
out.
Clark step back.
Threes work.
Unofficially a 27-foot. Clark, another step back with the cameras in the building. The Fever are looking at, this was a 4-point. Mitchell, tough look. Here's Wallace, pulls up. Extra pass into the corner. Seattle.
There's a great backdoor pass.
To preserve a storm win. Mercedes to the balcony. Here is Berger with Christy Wallace, maybe Sammy Whitcomb.
Floor.
Whitcomb, the hesitation. Samuelson sticks with it.
The consistency should be inside the 40 minutes.
Weaver has been hit with 15 fouls. First half. Hesitation gets inside. Maybe got away with an extra 58% on the night as Smith leaves it short, but there's Horston.
As you mentioned earlier,
Samuelson straight away.
much better than on the wing or in the corner.
Horston got Berger into the air. Heading or 59%. Samuelson will try it from the wing. Shots in the third quarter. They're 11. Smith driving on. Clark gets for the Storm. Mitchell comes out.
What I think Noel Quinn has done is an excellent.
Yeah, they hit 22 points in the paint at half. As Mitchell, we have yet to see her really round here sooner rather than quite some time.
And so either one of them spots up Clark to Kayla McBride, and she went.
Samuelson hit a couple threes. Her three-point shot come back. Boston charging hard. Short pass. Horston will line up a three. Clark wide open.
That has since improved. She's now averaging some incredible passes from Clark this season.
Dribble alive, or she looks to score.
Samuelson's had a lot of night. That would be a great sign to see here for this. Agumake inside. Comes away with it into traffic. Diggins Smith out to the races, and it's really when this, you imagine this team offense. Agbagor will storm here in the second half as Mitch. And imagine until it plays.
As they can make the defense wrong.
Point mark. Agbagor gets by. Clark being hounded.
Draw the ball on every ball screen and understanding. Really
in the league in scoring entering tonight.
It's at 8.2.
Nika Mule in for the first time, closing out on
the MVP conversation right now.
You know, it would be easy to forget. And commend the perimeter out by half court, and the list be a little thinner in the front court as Russell. Boston straight away.
All-American.
Head Nalissa Smith with the step through. Horston played well there by Berger. Your pro out of Stanford.
Ups. She stays ready because Skylar likes me. She guard.
Horston, a tough defender too. On one bounce pass, Kiana Williams got to hurry, leans in and lays it. Russell, some nice moments, Fence, and it's what Christy Sides has spent a lot of time after playing in 2019 or last. Nice bounce. So this is just fine from an offense on Sunday. What Christy Sides has lamented the most about.
Also, in the early part of the season, you know, make open.
Game out, 20 points, games in 6 days.
Now she's a starter with a really good skill set.
For one if they hurry. Here's Magbagor, kick out Vivians who's open. And some time, play for the de facto final possession here of the half. Quarter strong. Mitchell on the shot fake, got Magbagor into the air, gets in.
Christy Wallace back on the floor.